On average, people are on their phone more than 4.5 hours per day. That is insane. So I'm going to give you 3 quick tips how you can reduce your phone addiction. First, ask yourself, why do I waste so much time on my phone? And that's a little bit of a tricky question because some people do it because they're feeling stressed and they want to unwind. Others are procrastinators. Others, it's just ease of access. Like, it's right there. Okay, I'm going to start scrolling and next thing you know, there goes half an hour.
It's just easy.
But once you identify why, that gives you so much more control because now the decision is up to you. If you're feeling stressed, you don't always have to reach for your phone now. You can come up with alternatives. And the same thing applies for procrastination or just wanting to relax.
Maybe I could. You're making some pretty good points.
And that brings us to our next point, set a limit. Now, there's no wrong or right answer. If you come up to me and you're like, Mark, I only want to spend 6 hours on social media, I'd be like, okay, that'd be a lot for me, but as long as you are comfortable with it and you can justify it, that's all that matters. It's kind of like having a budget. You wouldn't hand over your credit card to these social media companies and say, whatever you feel like, go ahead and charge it.
Credit card.
You're like, no, there's a certain limit, do not go over it. Well, apply that for yourself. Lastly, and this is the most important one, track your usage every single day.
This tracking thing is amazing.
Anything that you track, you typically get better results because you're being more conscious of it. If you're on a diet and you're tracking every single calorie and you see that bag of donuts over there, you're like, oh, I really shouldn't.
Donuts.
You're thinking twice about it because you're more aware of the game plan that you have. And the same thing applies to your phone. If all of a sudden you're feeling a bit bored, you're like, oh, let me just check something. You already know that it's going to be another 30 minutes that go by. So you're like, I should really think twice before doing that.
I know you. You know you. And I know you know that I know you.
Now, how you track it, it honestly doesn't matter. You can use pen and paper. Ironically, you can utilize your cell phone, just as long as it doesn't tempt you to go over your budget again with social media. But I utilize the Notes app. I know other people utilize different apps, whatever you prefer. Now, here's a big bonus tip that will greatly improve your chances of success. Your main objective is to get into the habit of tracking. And it doesn't matter if you went over budget or under budget, remove that emotion aside. For the first 30 days, you need to focus on just tracking it.
Focus, focus, focus.
Sounds super easy, right?
Challenge accepted.
Unfortunately, it's much easier said than done. And to make matters worse, people tend to get a little bit overambitious. They're like, okay, not only am I going to track it for 30 days, I'm going to go 30 minutes under my budget, just you wait and see. And that's where I have to remind my clients like, hey, let's really take it easy, solidify that first fundamental step. Otherwise, those bad habits are going to resurface. And what ends up happening is people then feel very discouraged that they didn't hit their full objective, and then they completely reject and dismiss the whole project. And as a result, they're back to ground zero. Meanwhile, the person that is stacking slowly and consistently and developing that habit in their brain, they're the ones that are going to succeed.
They get it. Slow and steady wins the race.
This was a quick video, but if you're looking to regain even 30 minutes from your phone, comment the word progress down below. The first person to make that comment, I will work with them one-on-one for free. Otherwise, stay tuned because I'm going to be dropping down more powerful tips on how you can kick your phone addiction where you're not going to hear from anywhere else. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.